Ontario on Saturday, May the 15th, 2021, on the way to the Freedom March, starting on the Parliamentary Hill in Ottawa, Canada. No control so far. That is quite surprising. I was sure they put somebody on the bridge. All right. That was the Mackenzie-King Bridge that we just went over. Passers-by outside downtown Ottawa, right in front of the National Art Gallery, wearing no masks outside, which is kind of good to see.
Why would anybody wear a mask inside?
Yeah, just because the government says that.
Why would anybody wear a mask, period?
This government has a long history of doing and saying things that are absolutely atrocious and untrue. You have to think for yourself at all times. That's the only takeaway I have from my own people murdering so many people that they didn't like, whose opinions they didn't like, whose jobs they didn't like, whose wealth they didn't like. Know something you don't like about somebody. You gotta get used to that. Murdering this, murdering them is not okay. How did that? This is now the Senate, isn't it? It's the old main station, isn't it, Brian?
It's the old train station.
Yeah. I think it's a Senate sitting in there now.
And it's some kind of
Double masked. Wow. Outside, eh? That's a special kind of following. Special kind of ducking down.
another one.
Special kind of disrespect for all these wonderful, poor Canadian cannon fodder GIs who won that war in Germany against that oppression. Okay, so we're coming up onto the Parliamentary Hill. People are masked, some are masked, some are not. These are passers-by. And this is the march. Okay, now that is a little bit of an outcome here. Look at that.
Let you off here.
Woo! No, drive around the block. I just want to do a run on this. That's at least already, how many people, Brian? That's probably 1,000 people already. Wow.
Metcalfe.
Metcalfe? Coming onto the Parliamentary Hill.
This is Sparks.
This is Sparks, yeah. So we have a good, I couldn't even estimate that, at least 1,000 people, maybe two, here in Ottawa on the Parliamentary Hill. Yeah, it's right there. Cars. 3 cop cars. You couldn't just move ahead of them for me getting out? Just stop here? That's a lot of people. That's fantastic.
It'd be easier if I went around again.
Okay, no problem. I'll get ready the next time. I just really needed this picture. This is a great picture that I'm having here. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Look how many people are there. Wow. Fantastic.
My friends, I can't find them.
Hello everybody, this is Maren Moltan at Broadcom.net, live from the Parliamentary Hill in Ottawa. This is the worldwide demonstration on the 15th of May, and have a look around. How many people are there? Take a guess.
We're just gonna go outside.
So many people are here.
That's what Fidel Castro used to push his communism and
China 40 million.
Oh, that is a rumble that nobody can silence. And it's getting louder. That's some really great signs.
I want to find the ladies up on my
These friendly people are protecting everybody. Where they really have no authority, because the Parliamentary Hill that you see right here, it's actually an unceded land. So, according to a recent judgment, the For-Profit Corporation of Canada has actually vacated the hill and removed all administration belonging to the corporation from the unceded territory. I don't think a lot of people know that, but it's been a recent judgment anyways. Really, my understanding is these officers are here with the Parliamentary Protective Services, and their mandate is really to protect parliamentarians in this building here, right here, big one. Okay. However, today is Saturday and there's nobody sitting there, and I don't think Parliament has been sitting much at all anyways.
My name's Nicole, and I'm just a regular citizen of this area, and I just thought, hey, we need to get out and do something, because human touch is essential, and people being together is essential, and supporting our rights, keeping our rights is very essential. I've dealt with mental health problems myself, and I've seen people in my family who've actually passed away, not from COVID, but from the measures that have been implemented. And this is wrong, and this is why we're here. And we're here every Saturday, right here at Parliament Hill, starting at 10 o'clock. We usually go for a march as well around 12:15 around different areas of Ottawa. So please come out. There's a website that will be up soon. It's called OttawaUniteForFreedom.com.
How many people do you think are out here right now?
Oh, there's at least 1,000 people. We started here with about 20 people on the hill, and now there's over 1,000, I guess, it's got to be, and growing.
Government and everybody who remains silent. The problem is, when you see something wrong, you need to speak up and say what you see is wrong.
Yeah!
If you say nothing, you are part of the problem.
Exactly!
I have 4 children, and they were forced to wear masks in school with no mask breaks. My son has asthma. They've been wearing masks outside, which is absolutely ridiculous. They're surgical masks, which is not a mask, it's a face covering that surgeons use during surgery. Those masks do not stop the spread of a virus or bacteria.
Do your science, people!
A mask is engineered to let the exhaust air out of your lungs and filters in the air coming in and is completely sealed. That's a fact. The other problem is, I will fight for my children every day. I will not let this psychological damage and physical damage children.
Yeah!
Everybody needs to speak up and say what you think is wrong. Because only then can we come together and fight this. No mandatory vaccines. We won't let it happen. No way. Not when our children are here. Nobody will touch my children. Nobody will touch your children. United Non-Compliance. It's time we need to tell all of our friends and all of our families. It's been over a year. If you cannot see through these lies, we can't sit around and wait for you. It's time. It's time for a revolution. I'm so happy. I will be here every Saturday at 10 forward. I apologize for not being here. But let's tell everybody, we need bigger crowds. We need more people. Always peaceful. We are here for the children. Never forget that. I want to see hugs. I want to see smiles. And I want to see children laughing and playing together. I take my children to the park, and I see the 3- and 4-year-old children at the park running around in the hot weather with their masks on. Not okay! Not okay! We're in the dance Twilight Zone. Thank you for having me.
Nobody does. Bad choice. Got a whole new meaning to me.
I've traveled all over the world.
We stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
We are on the 15th of May here at the worldwide demonstration in Ottawa on the Parliamentary Hill in the capital of Canada. There's at least 1,000 people out here, maybe it's already 2,000. Which is a 1,000-fold increase. No, excuse me, 100-fold increase from a month ago when we were standing right over there with the mental health march, and there were about 20 people out here. You know what was actually changed after that incident with Corporal Cirillo, who was claimed to have been murdered that day? I put it that way because I can't quite substantiate that he really has been murdered that day. And same for the people who suffered damages and died at the Parliament building. Just a few weeks later, however, to my knowledge, the Parliamentary Protective Services were created to police a space where none of the enforcement actually has jurisdiction or authority, because these are all unceded Algonquin territory here, and in a recent UNDRIP judgment, the corporation was ordered to vacate the hill. Did you know that? Now, you see all these cop cars here, I counted 7 approximately. They shouldn't be here because their mandate is to protect the people in the parliament, and they're not here today, and they're also not sitting any other day anymore. So my question is, why are these police officers here? Is their mandate to police the hill where they have no authority, or were they just intercepted after this terror act? That was six years ago, I think that happened.
I was surprised, you bring that up, and I was surprised when I came up here on my bike to not see the 2 RCMP cars that I usually see.
Yeah, see, that's a consequence out of that terror act. That would have politically never been possible. But then after that it was accepted, you know? But honestly, that would have been interpreted as being lawless. And so, in order to be lawless, the government portrays itself as being protective. It's the same pattern. We're seeing it all the time, right? Oh, that is so cute.
Now, another interesting thing about the Sorello thing is, I think it was a couple of days after the supposed shooting up there, down the hallway, and it was Solomon, whatever his first name was. He had a show on CBC, a political show. His last name is Solomon. He had his first name. And he was up on the hill in the room, and he said, "We're standing. There were 2 security guards, parliamentary security guards. They're watching him." And he said, "We're going to show you where some of the bullets hit the wall when they shot him, right here in this corner." And he showed these 4 marks on the wall. Do you ever remember seeing that? I thought it was hilarious because my husband and I laughed. Well, the next day he had to apologize because it seems that there's like a Google Walk inside Parliament, so you can go inside and look like cathedrals and everything have Google Walk pictures. And a lot of people went to the Google Walk pictures and they said, no, that's where a plaque was. It's down for cleaning, the big brass plaques. Because when he pointed 1, 2, 3, 4, it was the bolts that held the plaque in that he was pointing out as the bullet marks, and the 2 guards just stood there and they knew better. And the next day, this Evan Solomon had to apologize and say, we had a few phone calls, people pointing out from the Google Walks inside that those have always been there. They're from the plaque. So we made a mistake. I'm going, so where are the real bullet marks? They never showed them. But that was just added very quietly. He apologized. But you say to most people, I still think, oh yeah, I remember Evan Solomon showing where the bullet holes were.
He came so close to getting fired that day.
Yeah, I bet. Well, he wouldn't have done that on his own. The thing is, what about the 2 security guards standing there who knew better? So, I mean, they're all in on it. I think the guy, whatever his name is, he's now the ambassador to Dublin forever for as long as he likes. Such a prick, that guy.
Ottawa getting no freedom march every Saturday, starting at 10 a.m. and the march is starting at 11:15 from what I know. And then there is a cafe on the way. I think Bank Street is the route, which offers snacks and washrooms, so it's very well organized. And then the march is coming back to the Parliament Hill, where everybody will be dispersing at about 1 p.m.
Love that red on you, ladies. I love that red on you all. The meaning's not lost on me.
Oh, no. I can see that. Dedicated.
Well, I've been a journalist for a long time, you know. That is pretty much the end of the Ottawa Get No worldwide demonstration. Today is May 15th in 2021, and we have a lot of people out here protesting the unsubstantiated government dictates. People had enough of it. Thank you for coming out.
Oh, definitely. We come every Saturday.
I know, I've been there 4 weeks ago. There were like 12 people there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we were there.
sorry. Pardon me, I'm sorry.
March for Life.
Party comes first.
Quietly.
Ottawa, Ontario, the capital of Canada. This is the Freedom March, worldwide freedom demonstration every Saturday, 10 a.m. on the Hill.
Get this. My wife has been 45 years in America. My daughter is now the shop's probably wrong.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, and you? Thanks for coming out. Very mild, considerate police presence. Really just blocking off the cross streets with the bicycles so everybody can have a safe passage. Freedom March meets Freedom Gaza. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. This is still Saturday, the 15th of May 2021, in Ottawa, Ontario, the capital of Canada. Another demonstration against an occupation. Against the occupation of Palestine. We all know by whom. And it seems like both groups have so many things in common.
End the occupation now! 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 Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Gaza, Gaza, you will see! Gaza, Gaza, you will see!
Ottawa Freedom March and worldwide demonstration going up north towards the War Memorial. What we're hearing, however, is the anti-Palestine occupation, the Free Palestine demonstration, which also took place on this Saturday, 15th of May. So I thought on the way back of going Algonquin north, we would return to the Parliamentary Hill, but we are not. Parliament is over there, this is the locks, and we're going down into the market now. Byward Market and Rideau Street. That's what is next for the Freedom March Ottawa-Gatineau on the 15th of May 2021. Credit here, they're working hard. We put all the sign together, look at that. It's very well secured. Turning into Sussex Drive, is it?
No, we're on Sussex.
Yeah, we're turning into Sussex.
Into George.
Oh, now we're turning into George. Into the market, oh yeah.
Where the hell they're going?
Actually, they didn't tell anybody. I asked an officer. And I also asked one of the organizers, and he told me they changed the route at the last minute. So I didn't ask anything else. The person I was talking to claimed not to know what the route was. I can see the flags all the way like 5 blocks up. I just want to see how she does that. What's the husband's asking? The well-deserved break after running. Brian is getting some ice cream for me. Here at Piccolo Grande, they actually open. And they sell right there at that window. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm gonna get mango and macadamia. Yeah. Woohoo. No macadamia tonight. It's more like in East Germany, you only have certain things. Choices are limited, but the quality is still very, very good. Can't compare that to East Germany, where quality was usually so horrible that people would mock the government all the time of their horrible engines they built in the socialist motorworks, they called it, the Motorenwerke. But this is some capitalist ice cream here, and I'm loving it. And Brian too. Brian, what you got? What kind of ice cream you got?
Coffee something.
Coffee something?
And you notice I don't have a mask on, and I don't have one at the window, and every one of these other people got a mask on. And the guy serving me looked at me, and you could see in his eyes, oh God, thanks, a human, not a droid.
It's shocking how many people actually put masks on their kids for no reason at all.
Outside.
Outside.
Good grief.
Been already
What I
experiencing.
think Canadians should do is that they should contact their members of parliament regarding Bill C-10 or anything else that they try to bring in that form. You know, they keep on changing the way they present this, but it's really about government censorship. If you live in the province de Quebec, you're French speaking, and you're calling from within Quebec, contact your Bloc MP. Resist this as much as you can, or call the NDP and tell them how you feel about this bill. or bills like that. We have the right to express our minds online. What the Liberals did, they went in there and they said they were making exemption for social media, and they removed that. So their intent is to regulate the internet. Catherine McKenna is on record saying that they want to regulate the internet. They're spinning it like it's a tax for Netflix, for streaming, things like that. It really is a form of censorship that even helps them to win their next campaign. They're afraid of the truth. They're afraid of information. That's why they want control of the internet, using the idea that it's the CTRC. It's just a smokescreen. The things that I'm not sure on it, but I think they might, because they got special authority. I think it was 2015. I'm not sure. I haven't read it yet. I'm researching it. I'm researching it myself too, because I was talking to somebody about this. Because apparently they took it away from the RCMP, gave it to them. They're like peace officers. So and I don't know exactly how that works. Like if you're in security, let's say at that building, for one of these buildings, you're governed by Ontario. Up here, it's like federal law. I don't know how it works, but I'm not against them. The reason I'm not against them is I know the vulnerability of the area. Like we need people like that. And the fact that having surveillance cameras here is good, because if we go and protest, people can attack us.
It was actually off the day the assassination happened.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That big camera was off.
Yeah.
I just found out about that today. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but you mean the guy who was killed when he entered the grounds with a rifle, in other words. That was after Cirillo was killed, yeah. But one thing, do you think that's a conspiracy, that Cirillo was killed?
I saw some really questionable footage about
it. Okay, this is, I gotta be, like, I actually know somebody who did CPR on him.
Yeah,
like on
really?
Cirillo, when he was dying. So I know a nurse who did that, and I do.
I
so,
wouldn't question that he
Yeah.
was shot.
No, I know that.
Even
I know
so,
because,
I wished he weren't, because
Yeah.
obviously they chose somebody
Yeah.
beautiful inside and
Yeah.
out. Everybody found out what a beautiful man he actually was.
Yeah.
After that happened, and the whole nation
Yeah.
was in dirty about
Yeah.
it. You know, the whole nation was
Yeah.
very sad about it and
Yeah.
heartbroken.
See-
For a reason, you know, when people put their
Yeah.
best foot forward for the good of everybody,
Yeah.
they deserve respect and recognition. They don't deserve to be gunned down.
Like I had a friend of mine, we anticipated something was going to happen. We didn't know what it was going to happen, because we felt the tension in the area, because this was under the Harper administration. There was a lot of tension between, like, the, let's say, Muslim community about what was going on overseas. When Trudeau got into power, a lot of this tension, like, just stopped.
Yes.
And this is what happened. So even a friend of mine who was in the reserves, actually, we were talking about the kind of feeling he got. People give him dirty looks. They call him a baby killer, all sorts of stuff. And he was like a bit offended at that. And we were waiting. We said, something's going to happen, but we didn't know where. Then Rigby in England had his head cut off. Like what happened, he got run over by a car in London, and they decapitated him on the street. And so we saw something was coming. Then, what was it? Then the guy was like run over in Quebec. And then we were thinking, it's just a matter of time. People are saying, no, it'll never happen. And then he was shot.
Yes.
And that was it. And so then Trudeau came into power after, and then it changed. But then if we ever get a regime that's like, I don't know, contrary to anything that maybe other nations really want, we could have
Do you think Canada can only have a regime? Aren't we ready for a democratic legitimization of a government in lieu of a
Well, I
for-profit
don't.
corporation?
I'm just saying. No, I believe that we. No, I'm not.
I mean, facetious, obviously.
Yeah, but it's not. Listen, right now in both political parties, right? Like even the Conservative Party of Canada is not a grassroots-run organization. The grassroots wants certain things, and they're upset right now because the leader Aaron O'Toole has taken. Even he campaigned, for example, against carbon taxes, right? Literally, he's and then what does he do? Brings them in. People feel like their party is being hijacked, like they have no option. Either you vote Liberal and you get Liberal, or you get Liberal Light, which is Aaron O'Toole. And even betrayed, even Derek Sloan. Now Derek Sloan worked for him and whatever, and then what he did was he kicked him out of the party. Yeah.
You can hop and jump the way they expect you to, or
Yeah.
you get the club, the Canadian
Ask him
club.
ask him what he's doing.
Oh, no, they're not mine. Has anybody forgotten those signs?
See, they're following their mandate. They have a mandate. It's okay. I'm not, I understand the necessity of protecting ministers. I know how things can go wrong very quickly. And then people will be demonizing these guys if something happens. I think the fact that we have cameras on the hill protects people from people that are dangerous.
It's a public space, and people can't have any expectation of privacy in a place like that.
Just like you can photograph anybody you want.
I have no problem with that.
A lot of people do, though. Yeah.
And besides, today we've seen an absolutely constrained, super safe policing.
This is Ottawa.
This was very mild, and it's also an enforcement that is used to the international events that take place in the capital of Canada.
And they're very well disciplined police force.
And they're very polite and respectful, so I have nothing bad to say.
My name's Cliff St. Paul. I live in Ottawa. Thank you.
This is Maren Moltan at Broadcom.net, live from the Parliamentary Hill in Ottawa. This is the worldwide demonstration on the 15th of May.